Welcome to Glenn's Trains and RC Planes. This series documents the building of the ultimate shelf train layout, rocket rails, from the initial idea to the final running railroad. In this video, I will decide on the final height of the train shelf and also the installation of the L brackets to support the wood for the shelf.
The L brackets have come in. Again, I ordered 16 of these for about 40 bucks. They even come with screws, unlike the Home Depot. This is one I bought from Home Depot. All the same, except for the Home Depot, the front edge here is kind of curved. This one is this flat, which will work just fine. It looked fine. I also bought a couple other styles. I bought this style. I was thinking, well, maybe I should just go with this bracket for the entire shelf braces, but I decided, to go with these. These will go above the window and probably the door. Put it up here in the center of the window, or support above the window, and actually it'll probably be the screw side down. But we'll have to see. But for support for the middle of the window and support above the door. And then I bought these L brackets. About 4 of them. Might be overkill, but these will go in the back corner of the corner shelf. I was also thinking about putting them on the 12-inch stud, but I don't think I would need that. Even this is going to be, like I said, overkill for the back part. So I have the brackets to get started. ChatGPT, I forget how many L brackets it said I need. I think it was like 20, 25. But it did not take into consideration everything I have hanging in the windows and the doors. Some of the areas I may have to use the drywall mounts here, but as much as possible I will get these into the studs. Alright, I think I will mount these with the screws facing down. With that, I cut the center of the window. This window is 70 inches. So 35-inch mark is about there. If you can see the tape. But I put a piece of tape up there and raised the laser to the bottom of the tape. So that would be the bottom shelf height. I'll start in this corner like I mentioned a few times. But I know the laser light is hard to see down at that end. But I think it's a good height. Clears the windows, enough room above the mini split and above everything else. I think I'm going to make a change to what I previously said for the window mounts. I said before I was going to have it with the screws facing down of the shelf mount. That would only leave, with the height of the board and the cater track, around 7 inches from the top of the track to the ceiling. I think it would be a little bit better to have more clearance. So I am going to change the center mount for the windows screws up. It gives me another inch or so. Then I'll have to notch the shelf to fit around the base. So where I have it now is the height where it clears everything around the room. So I think this will be what I'm going to go with. It's time to install the first bracket. What I will do, I already found the stud, marked the stud with a piece of tape. I have the laser light at the current level. What I will do, I have a couple options. I will line up the top of the bracket to the line, the laser line. Then I will mark it with this marker. See if that works. That marker doesn't have a good point on it. So line up the laser to the top of the bracket. Get a hole punch. Eyeball at the center. Make a mark. I would drill a hole first. Hit the stud. And then I need to get my bit. Because I do have a screw gun I have to go get. So we'll have to swap out the bits. Making sure I have the right side of the bracket. Check the height of it. That looks good. And I will get my level. Make sure the bracket is up and down. That looks good there. Moved it. All right. Eyeball the center. Change out the bit. Bottom screw in. Double check for straightness up and down. That's good. That's good up there. We'll do the third hole. Same way. Tighten these down. And I will do the left bracket for the corner piece and then the back bracket. So I'll do these. I was thinking 36 inches, but I will do, after we get these done, I will do the by the door. And this get an eyeball of the distance between the brackets, maybe even them out. I think we'll definitely need at least 2 brackets on this wall here. But we'll see. Maybe I'll just go every 2 feet. Make sure the brackets are on the studs. So I finished this corner. Only took a few minutes. But the brackets, 2 end brackets, and the back bracket is installed. You may not be able to tell, but you could, the top flat part of the bracket is not even flush up against the wall. So you know this angle or this wall is at 90 degrees. I have my template. Let's put that up there. To get an idea of what the corner will look like. I already had it up here once before, and I put the level on it, and it's just a tad slightly off, but it'll work. So that will be what the corners will look like. Again, some of the corners may have a bigger shelf out here in the front to add figurines or something. So I think maybe I'll just do this corner over here next. Get these 2 corners done and then work on the walls. Well, this side is going to be fun to do with the TV in a way. This side will be no problem. I could move the TV over to the right, but this is going to be a little, it shouldn't be too bad. But we do know where the stud is for this side. Don't mind the tore drywall. When I replaced the TV down here, I had to replace the stand or the mount, and I took the old mount off. It kind of tore, but when I put a new TV in here, I'll fix all that up. So stud will be here, then the other stud should be in this area over here. So let me work on this side, then we'll get back to you. This right side is up, and there's going to be plenty of space for the TV. The bracket will be in the way. Let's move this over, and we'll find the stud for this side and do the corner next. I have the second corner over the TV area done. The bracket on this side was 28 inches and this one was 32. I did have a problem with this left side. When I remodeled the room, I did put those metal cable protectors on the stud. So this bottom one, I hit one. So I'm going to have to maybe put some black paint in there to make it not so obvious. And I was going to turn the back bracket on this wall, but there was no stud. So I had to move it to this wall, which is same as this side. I wanted the other side because this side is a little bit longer. 2 corners are done. So from bracket to bracket is 9 feet 4 inches. From the bracket on this side over to the left of the mirror, I think it was like 4 feet, a little bit farther than I wanted to go with the brackets. And this side was, I think, even a little bit longer. So I'm thinking, I was initially thinking put a bracket here, in here, but the span a little bit longer than I would like. So I'm thinking these brackets that I'm going to use over the windows and door, I might just use these over here on this wall, space them evenly out. For this wall, I've decided to go with these brackets. that will go above the windows, simply for the fact I don't want to move any of these mirror or any other items on this wall. From that bracket to that mark, I already found the studs. That's the first stud at 32 inches. And the same for this side. That L bracket to there, 32 inches, which I think is a good distance. I think I was saying 36 inches before, but we'll do 32 inches. That way it'll go to stud. But that span is 4 feet. So 2 feet in between that, there's no stud. I'd rather not go 4 feet with no brace. So I think I'll put one at the 2 foot mark. I put tape on the up portion of the bracket. That's where the laser light will have to go above the top part of the brace for the wood. So I'll sort these next. Do the 2 outside ones. I have the first bracket of these type mounted. What I did on the left side, I screwed that side into the stud. Then on the right side, I used wall anchors. Unfortunately, the width of the screw holes are wider than the stud. So on this one, I will do the same. The right side will go into the stud, and then the left side will have to use dry wall anchors. I put a level across these 2 brackets, and it's nice and level. We'll do this one next. I completed the installation of these brackets. I think they will work fine. They won't look bad or out of place because of these other ones have that bar coming down. So 1 wall down, 2 corners down, and the longer wall. I'll start here next with the brackets I got from Home Depot. The ones that have a little nicer front end on it. I'll use these on either side of the door. I'll start here and then fill in the gaps here. I have the L brackets from Home Depot on either side of the door. I will have to order more of those brackets for above the windows since I used them over here. From that bracket to here is 32 inches on the stud. Same from over here, this bracket to here, 32 inches. That leaves 4 feet again in between these 2 brackets, which leaves no stud in the center. So I'm going to have to do like I did over here, put the 2 on studs, and then the center one with drywall anchors. I have the L brackets mounted to the wall to the left of the door. I do think I want to redo the center one where there's no stud. The wall anchors or drywall anchors that came with it, they don't get a good grip. So I might have to see about getting other drywall anchors for that one. But for right now, it's fine. But it's coming along. I mentioned I didn't like the drywall anchors that came with one of these L bracket kits. I remembered I have these toggle bolts. So I thought I would give one of these a try, and it worked fine. I only put one in. I put it in the center hole of the bracket. It's nice and firm now. No issues with that. I will have to paint the head of the screw, but that's no big deal. Well, I think I'm done for today installing the brackets. I did on the next wall I want to do is I marked where the studs are, and the center of the AC unit, there is no 2x4 or stud in behind it. Studs are just to the left and to the right. So for this wall, I will need 5 L brackets and 2 of the window brackets. I do believe I might be 1 short of the L brackets. I do need to order at least 3 more of these for the windows and door. But looking around, just eyeballing it, I'm thinking in that corner I'll need another one by the window, 1 for the corner, or actually 2 for the corners, 1 on either side of my shelf there, 2 more for the corners over here, and then probably 2 for this wall. I won't need any brackets for above the shelf. The span isn't that long. Hey, another day has been completed with installation of the L brackets. Progress is being made. On this window, I have an L bracket on either side. I have another couple L brackets on the wall. I still have to put one above the AC unit. This window, I have 1 bracket on the right side. I have the center bracket mounted. I have the corner pieces. You can see those. I have the corner pieces mounted in both corners. I was way off on what I thought I needed. I will need another L bracket for this side of the window. I think I'll put an L bracket on either side of my case here. I'm pretty sure there will be no stud to screw these into, because I think I screwed in to the studs to mount this. And on this wall over here, I will need another 2, possibly 3. So I'll need at least 5, possibly 6 more L brackets. I'll have to order another bracket. They come in packs of 4, so 1 more pack of 4 for this window and above the door. It would be easier if I didn't have so much stuff in here. I think the speakers in the back wall, I think this one might be an issue, which I may have mentioned before, but that one should be good over there. But other than that, I'll replace these on order. And instead of using these toggle bolts that open up when you push through the wall, I did come across drywall anchors that screw into the drywall, and they come with black screws. So I think I'll give those a try. I do have a couple issues on this side that I have to patch up holes and paint. On this one over here to the right, or the center bracket, the lower corner, you can see it. I must have placed that right over a nail. I couldn't drill through it, so I'll just paint that black probably. And the 3 screws will hold that up just fine. Happy with the progress so far. It's just repetitive. Like I showed at the very beginning, mark the holes, drill, mount. Another day mounting the L brackets. The rest of the L brackets, I had to order more. They are in. I should be using, I think I'm going to use at least 5 of these, probably all 6. The brackets for the windows and doors, I'll be using 3 of those. While I was looking at that stuff, I saw these drywall anchors, kind that you screw in. Saw these were already black, so I won't have to paint it, and they come with screws. So instead of using these toggle bolts that you push in and they expand, I will be using these drywall anchors. And I already replaced the previous drywall anchors, which this had a little bit play in it, and now it doesn't. So I know these outer brackets, 2 of the screws are in the stud, but I will remove the drywall anchors that I have in there now, and we'll replace them with these drywall anchors. These ones that I had in there, and that center one, these just really didn't do the job. So I will replace these 2 and then continue on with the rest of the brackets. Well, after a few days of work, a few hours the days, I finally have the brackets installed. I have, about 24 of these L brackets, 7 of these type of brackets over the doors and on this side because of all the mirrors and other things I have hanging, and then 4 in the corner, those L brackets. Before I start on the wood, I'm going to patch up some holes and do touch up some paint, like up here. I did have to move a couple more things for the L brackets to fit. There's some marks over there that I'll touch up. This corner over here seemed to be the only 90-degree corner in the room that L bracket fit snugly or flush up against both walls. These brackets here by my shelf here, I had to use those drywall anchors. All these on here were into the studs. Depending on the placement and the distance, it's not evenly spaced. This wall here, there are 32 inches from the end brackets, this bracket and the one down there. This one, a little close here, but the span was too far between that one and this one. But I think it looks okay. And I did also, as I mentioned, I replaced put the new drywall anchors in the side that worked into the studs on these 2. So next step will be a touch up. Then in the next video, we'll start working on the wood.
Thank you for watching Rocket Rails, the Build series.